throw the belts aside, like you got to tune in to watch some of these purple belt divisions. Like obviously Michael Pixley coming to compete, Nogi Pans at purple belt. Like everyone should be watching that division. Honestly, that's going to be electric.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Obviously when Pixley competes, you get everybody out there. They say, "Oh man, he's still a purple belt," but what they don't realize is the guy wrestled. He's an incredible wrestler. He's had huge success, obviously, in the ADCC and just competition wise. But last year at the Nogi Pans and Nogi Worlds, he didn't medal. He lost in both of those. So the what people really should be saying is what are the ingredients that these guys have in Mount Vernon to continuously pump out blue belt and purple belt adult world champions that are already facing some of the top competition in the world. People keep saying like, oh, the white belt stuff doesn't matter. These Nogi Pans, these blue belts, purple belts don't matter. But the fact of the matter is this is who everybody's paying to tune in to watch. So, I don't give belts based on shows or championship belts. I just give them on merit. So it's like when Pixley is ready, Pixley wears the gi. If you come to class, he gets caught like everybody else does. He's a true student of jiu-jitsu, and I think that's why you've seen his success skyrocket. Like I said, he lost at the Pans and the Worlds last year, and then a few months later, he was winning he lost in the trials, and then the guy got hungry, and like nothing I've ever seen. And anyone who is a jiu-jitsu fan should be a fan of this guy. I mean, he did everything that you're supposed to do, laid it on the line, gets tapped, wears the gi, does everything you're supposed to do that jiu-jitsu people, talk shit about. And the next thing you know, the guy's winning the trials and beating the best guy in the world with Marigelli. And let's keep it real, he beat him up. You know what I mean? Not to mention, nobody mentions the match before that with the tractor. The guy's a silver medalist to Gordon. I
True.
mean, he's incredible. One of the best guards, one of the best jiu-jitsu people in the world, tractor. So, people don't mention that, but it is what it is.
Definitely. What is in the water in Mount Vernon? How are you getting these purple belts
What are the
so
ingredients?
good?
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's pretty similar to what's in the water in Flint, Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. But no, it's it's just at the end of the day, same old story, man. You know what I mean? It's like you just have to surround yourself with people that have the same goal as you and that truly want you to be successful. You know what I mean? It's like we just in every class we have 30 to 50 people in every single class. And they want to be here. I think that's the key. You know what I mean? And the class is mixed. There's guys who just got divorced who haven't done anything physical in 20 years in these classes with Pixley. I think in people's mind, it's not like at Danaher's where Danaher's, he's made it to the top where he still has, he can pick and choose who he wants to coach. He's the best. So he has an elite group of people. He doesn't have to deal with new people coming in, learning arm bars from the guard. I still do that. I still have guys that are coming up that have never trained in their life, and they're actually on the mat right now with Couches out there, Pixley's out there, and some of these just up and coming guys, and there's brand new white belts out there. So it's kind of I think that's important. I think that you get a little bit out of that. The guys kind of coach and they take a stance as a leader, and I just think that kind of pushes the it just kind of creates a higher reach for everybody that's in the room.
For sure.
Heath, I was just going to ask, it's worth kind of just talking a little bit more about Michael Pixley and the year he has. You mentioned that he didn't win Pans last year. What has like the last year been like with Pixley? Did anything change in him or anything like that? Because like I feel like you and we've known that he has so much potential, Michael Pixley, but he's really starting to kind of realize that potential now. And then kind of what are your expectations for him going into the Nogi Pans here?
So like Reed, it's I mean, like I said, you hit it on the head with it's a great question. He after the trials, the first one, he just came back, and everybody thinks they're doing everything they can all the time, especially these young jujitsu guys. They say, "Oh man, I'm full time." They don't work jobs and they train for 4 hours a day, and then they wonder. And I've talked about that a lot in the past. You got to be careful calling yourself a professional. At anything if you're not. I mean, all your dads work wherever they work. They put in 50 hours a week. I mean, that's a professional. You know what I mean? Whether you work at the factory or you're a mechanic or a school teacher, no matter what it is, if you're not putting the right amount of time in, you're not a professional at anything. I mean, and uh, Michael, his diet is incredible. After the East Coast trials, he just came to me, man, I lost at the Nogi Pans as a purple. I lost in the Worlds. And he had the perfect attitude as a student. You know, he just said, I want you to show me everything. I want you to pick who I'm training with. I don't want to pick my guys. And he got his diet unlocked. He stopped drinking. He did everything that you can do to be successful. You know what I mean? And he studies outside. And I think everybody saw that. I mean, you saw the guy at a rapid rate. I mean, he's getting better at jujitsu. You know what I mean? Like, it's, a lot of the ADCC stuff is game plan. So people say, oh man, you're playing the outside or you're not doing this. So let's keep it real. I mean, there's guys that are in the super fights that have never scored a point in their life. And I'm not mad at them. The rules are the rules. But Pixley's learning, man. He's just not out darsing people. The guy's doing leg locks and he's attempting to learn all this new stuff. And I just think that there's a certain point as a wrestler that's the caliber that he is, where you have to go back inside and be like a brand new competitor again. You got to get tapped out. You got to want to learn. You gotta be willing to learn stuff from people that are that you're better than them, and because we'll keep it real. Pixie can take down anyone in the gym, but there are going to be guys that have been in the gym training for 15, 20 years that know more about half guard than Michael or full guard. You can learn from these people. And that's kind of what happened with Michael, man. He just started picking everybody's brain, and he's in every single class. And like I said, his diet and his strength and conditioning, it's all just dialed in perfect, man. And you've kind of watched it in just less than a year, man. What the guy's done has been really, really incredible.
Mm.